something like that. Uh, yeah, I wanna have a lot of more interviews to improve my communications and have more chance to push me ahead. I think that's it. I'm a software engineer as well. I live with my fiance and stepson. I have two children. About my first marriage, and yeah, in my leisure time, I like actually my favorite way to spend my time is um to play video games and sometimes play guitar, sing some songs, and yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Osvaldo. Nice to meet you. And congrats for your interview.
Oh,
That's so
thank you.
nice. It's
Thank you.
very nice when we have this opportunity to practice.
Yeah.
Hmm, Aparecida, can you go on and introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Aparecida Samira. I live in Rio Verde, state of Goiás. I'm here, I believe, in 20 years. Now I am graduated in computer science. In my area is IT, since I was in the university, and now I am working with computer management of ITQ courses and projects, and I am studying um, management plus of cloud and FinOps and AWS, Azure, etc. And I believe the next month I got a new certification. I'm studying hard to this. And I like to study. And last years I was dedicated to my daughter, and it's okay for me because before she was born, I studied a lot too, and when she was born, I need to dedicate my short time when I was at home to her because I worked all the day, of course. Then my time when I arrive at home was for her. Now she is a little girl. She can take shower and eat alone, and I can study again. And for me, it's great. It's okay to come back to study and study something that I like. It's a area I like. I believe I learned to like this kind of topics during the last years. I believe this about me. I like to do outside activities and stay near the nature, take care of my garden, and stay with my pets, my cats here. Is this?
Thank you, Aparecida. Oh, today I'm knowing another faces of you. I'm liking. uh, Rogério, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, good morning to everyone. I'm Rogério. I'm married. I'm from São Paulo, but I live in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I work in our guys' company as accountant. I'm here in Talk Talks almost 1 year studying with smart and intelligent guys. So here I think here is a good place to improve our English, as Oswald said, is a moment to speak, to improve our skills. And in my leisure time, I like to practice exercise, run, ride a bike, listen gospel music. And that's it.
Thank you, Rogério. Norberto, could you introduce yourself, please?
Okay. Hi guys. Good morning. How are you? I'm I'm Norbert. I'm 50 years old. I live in Sertãozinho, in state of São Paulo. I I like live here because my city is is very peaceful and safe. I'm married. I have a son who is 11 years old. His name is Pedro. I have a degree in IT, a postgraduate degree, and an MBA project management. And I'm currently studying for a new degree in computer engineer. So um, I work as a software developer for SAP systems. I'm a software developer since 20, 20, 28, 29, 8. Uh, I work from home, so I do English immersion classes in Talking Talk every single day. Today is my 50th immersion this week. So I have a basic English level and want to improve every day. I like to travel to learn about new places, new cultures, new cuisines. So um, in these immersion questions, I answered and writing. So when I will answer, I will read. Okay, that's it about me. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, Alberto. Christian, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. So good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. However, I currently live here in Brazil, and I've been living here for almost 3 years. I moved here because of my job. So I work as a full stack software developer, and I've been working in the area for almost 12 years. I'm here because I really need to improve my English level. By the way, I am preparing myself for the IELTS test. I have to do it this year, so it's been like kind of tricky to me being doing the writing part. I became English host here in the platform the last year, so I lead English immersion as well. Because of my dreams, I started learning French 2 years ago, so I became French host as well the last year here in the platform. But I consider my French level so low yet, but I am trying to improve it as well. In my leisure time, I would say that learning new languages is one of my favorite hobbies. Another one is playing volleyball and football with my wife. It's a hobby that we share together and we can do together, playing volleyball. And as well, singing. Singing is something I really love doing when I have the opportunity. There are some times that I need to or I have to worship in my church. So that's the way that I try to how I use my gift in my church. I'm 36, I'm married, and that's it a little bit about me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice to meet you, Christian. And you, Clinton, how are you?
Hello, guys. Good morning. My name is Clinton Brito. I am 32 years old. I live in Aracaju. I'm married. I have 4 pets, 3 cats and a dog. I'm a software developer and a host as well here at Talk and Talk too. In my free time, I like to stay home, watch movies, TV series, live sports. Also, like go to the movies as well and to travel when possible, to practice sports, go to the gym, have an active life. And that's it about me.
Thank you, Clinton. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Aline. I'm 38 years old. And today I'm being selfish because I'm moving. So I bring the subject for talking to you to get some advices from you. And I am a product manager. I'm working as a product manager since 2002, I think. Yes. Now I'm a platform product manager. I'm working at Grupo Boticário, and I'm moving for Rio de Janeiro. I can get some tips for you, Rogério. Let's start. Who wanna read the first question and answer? We have a volunteer today.
Don't fight, guys. Don't fight, please.
I
Shine.
can
Everyone
start
is
it.
shine. Thank you, Clinton. Go ahead.
Um, Question number one, what are the most important factors you consider when choosing a new city to live in? Well, I already thought about this topic a lot of times because currently I don't like the place where I live because of the weather. So today, for me, the main factor is the weather where you live. The problem here is too hot all of the year. Throughout the year, we don't have variations of the climate. Only during the winter months you have warmer um, climate, but with rain. So that's the only difference. The rest of the year is only hot, warm weather throughout the whole year. So um, I hate this. So I hate sweating while I am at home. This bothers me so much. But of course, this shouldn't be the only factor that people should consider when moving. I don't know the reason Aline is moving, but um, job market is very important for many people. Not all, because if you work from home, if you already has this opportunity and you are stable enough to, for example, to live in a countryside city, working from home, it's okay as well. So a lot of people choose this way because of this flexibility they have. But for me, for example, a good job opportunity in a major city would shake me to take this decision to live there today. But as long as I'm getting more experiencing at my area, this is going to be less relevant because as much experience you have in this area, the higher is the possibility to work entirely from home. So this is uh, not 100% a thing about moving to choosing another city. So yeah, today to 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 not being too long answer this question, I'm going stay with these 2 points.
Thank you, Clinton. Do you know that I love the weather of northwest of Brazil? For me, it's the best thing that we have in northwest. I love the hot weather. For me, it's amazing. Well, let's go on. Could you answer this one, Osvaldo?
Sure, let's do it. Well, I've always lived around of Campinas, and for some years, around of 3 years, 3 years, I lived on the Sorocaba regions. And for me, when I choose some place to live, is important its location, uh, because like Clinton said very well, uh, in my opinion, it's important we are in region um, with companies related to our job, our career, in my opinion, because of course I work by home since pandemic time. However, I don't know if I'm going to have this opportunity for many time ahead, you know. So it's the main point, the first point. The second one is related to infrastructure closed my place, you know, like hospitals, I don't know, restaurants, supermarkets, and something like that. I think these things, and in my case, school, it's important. So I used to search about the school around my new house or apartment, and let me know if I have one more point. Currently, these things are the most important because currently I don't have any car because I decided to don't have any car for financial terms, you know. I prefer to direct the money that I would spend with car with other things, invest or other things. And yeah, that's it, I guess. Thank you, Aline.
Thank you, Osvaldo. Aparecida, could
Perfectly.
you? It's wise. I think it's wise.
Yeah,
Having a car, it's very expensive in long term
yeah,
because you have
You're a
to
sick
do.
member of the family.
yeah.
Yeah,
Other than
it is. Could you answer this one for us, Aparecida, please?
For me, normally when I choose now, I'm looking for a new place for moving, and normally I like to move because it's refreshing for me. I don't have problem with this. And for me, what determines my choose is quality of life first. Quality of life and acceptable levels of violence first. Second, acceptable. Of course, without violence, it's impossible in nowadays. But and school with quality too because of my daughter. And I am looking for colleges too now because in next years, in a few years, I believe my daughter needs college, then I need to look now schools and in the future colleges. And it's one thing I look to. I don't know if when you move to a new place you look this, but history of flooding, inundações, histórico de inundações, and our dams, barragens near the city, or um, mining company, something like this. It's for me, it's a problem because I don't like this kind of thing because of the probability of accidents and the quality of life is poor in this place when there are these kind of companies with mining, some kind of things, independent of what. For me, I normally look for this. I think about the weather too, but not the principal point for me. My points are this.
Nice. It is seems like my points, my requirements, Aparecida, for moving for a new city. Could you go ahead and answer this one for us, Norberto?
Okay. About question number one, when choosing a new city to live in, the most important factors for me are safety, quality of life, and access to good healthcare, education, and transport. I also consider to evaluate of amenities like parks, gyms, and good restaurants. the overall vibe of the city and the friendliness of the people are important too.
Totally, it's very important when you have friends in that place, because living by herself in another place that you don't know everyone, I think it's hard in my opinion. Thank you, Norberto. Christian, could you answer this one for us, please?
Sure. So I think that before moving to another place, we have to evaluate as well the life cost because depending on the place that you are doing or on the city that you are moving, obviously the prices of different products or the rent are gonna change. So I think that it's a good idea to assess this kind of thing before moving or before taking the decision. Another one I would say that is the weather as well. As Clayton said, I don't like hot weather, so that's why we moved as well from Sao Paulo to here to Curitiba with my wife because it was so hot, and I don't like this kind of weather. By the way, I had to face moving to different places twice in the last 3 years. I moved from Bolivia to Sao Paulo in 2022, but I didn't have the chance to maybe evaluate these things like the prices of rent or the different things because I moved for my work. So, but the second time that I moved from Sao Paulo to Curitiba, yeah, we had that chance. So we could take some time for evaluating the pros and cons. So I think that food, as for example, it's cheaper here in Curitiba than in Sao Paulo or in the countryside that we were living. And in my personal opinion, Curitiba, for being a capital, has more options for leisure time than the city that I was living. So all of those factors, I think that defeat the the ones that Ortolandia, that was the city that I was living in. So that's why we moved here. So I would say that life costs in general, and as well facilities or places for leisure time.
Thank you, Christian. Curitiba, wow, this is a city that I will never move in my life. I think it's too cold for me.
I love Curitiba. I love Curitiba. I lived there in the past. I love it.
I think every city will be get lovers and haters. Here, it's normal. It's part of the process. And you, Rosario, you that live in Rio de Janeiro, if you're gonna move, what do you consider to move?
Yes, I live here in Rio de Janeiro since 2012. Even though the people call Janeiro the wonderful city. Uh, Here we don't have a problem. We don't have a stalling. We don't have it's a normal place. It's not a dangers, not a violence. I'd like to move, yes, to countryside. I think the most important to consider, I think, is weather. Uh, I I somewhat positive with some opinion. I love weather. Hot, not a hot weather, but it's not so cold. Uh, I'd like to mention as well. Uh, Safety uh, is a factor that is important to choose in this decision and to make this decision. And as we are so young, we need to work. It's important to choose the city that are good industry or places to work to continue our life. I think that's enough.
Thank you, Rosario. Well, as a good project manager, I have a list of requirements for moving. So in my case, that it's important to have some services like a gym or options for leisure or some shows or music. That's very important for me to be near from a airport, a hub airport, because then I will be able to travel easily and have friends in that place. If it's possible, it's not the case of my the city that I choose. I don't have any friends here, but I'm hoping to do new friends. It's hard when you're getting old, but it's possible. And I'm searching for a neighborhood that I have a certain level of safety and a city that I was able to have some opportunities in my work and have a good weather, of course. And if it's possible, be near by the beach. Only just that I want for my new house. Only. But of course, this is my dream list. Then I will see what is the possible list. Of course, if we don't have, I I hope that I can find all these requirements when I'm moving. But I know that's not always possible. Well, question number two. Could you read question number two for us, Aparecida? Let's start with the ladies.
Number 2. How do you research a new destination before deciding to move there? Normally, I am doing this now, right now. Like I said before, I'm looking for moving or Minas Gerais or another place. My husband wants to move to Bahia. She loves Bahia. We traveled last year to Bahia. He fell in love to Bahia, but I live there and I like Bahia, but not to live now. Not now. I prefer a weather more fresh. There is so hot. But normally I research on the internet about the city and the news, of course, the news about the city last month about the city and the economics. If there are parks, I love the cities like Curitiba. I love the live there because there are a lot of parks, wonderful parks, free for visitation. Stay there all the day in the weekends. It's so wonderful. And there are theaters, museums, and libraries. I love it. Then for me, I want to move to a countryside. Of course, in countryside we don't have museums or theaters, but I need to choose what I want in first. Okay, for me now I'm searching for this a place with quality of life, tranquility and calm near the nature, with schools near. If I can go by car, something like this for my daughter's schools and supermarkets or something like this. But normally I look for this and talk with the people who live there in this city, of course. It's necessary go there and before we move to a place, for in my opinion. I believe we need to go there, stay 1 week, talking with the people, looking around, not go with your things definitely in one time and go to there. No, wait. I believe it's complicated like this. Think at one moment and go there, look the place, choice when you want to live in and then board when you want to leave. I believe it is a important decision for our lives. Then we need to take care about this. I believe it is this for me.
Aparecida, I have a question for you, please. Have you lived in a lot of different place. Do you know everyone in that one before you decide to go there?
No, was because my work.
Oh, okay. You know people around of the Brazil.
Yes, I moved in the past to Curitiba because when I needed to move to there. It was a pleasure. Not I don't choose moving there, but for there was a pleasure. I don't like living in São Paulo capital. I don't like living. I lived in São Paulo capital, and I live in the countryside of São Paulo in Santa Cruz do Rio Pardo too. It's a small city. I like
A
living
good
there. It's
city.
a calm city.
Yeah.
But if I want to choose, I choose Curitiba. But now I want another kind of place in this moment in my life. But in other moments, 10 years ago, I want to move to there again, but I can because I'm working here. It's okay.
I got you. Thank you.
Wow, you already lived in some places here in Brazil, parecida. Well, Christian, could you answer this one for us, please?
Sure. Um, Let me think about it before, because I think that I've never maybe taken some kind of long time deciding where do I want to move. In fact, as I said, I started learning French because we want to move to another country with my wife. So we are trying to go to Canada. So I think that I won't have, if I have this opportunity, I won't have the chance to decide where I have to go, where I will go. So I think that um, I never thought about it before. Uh, but I think that one of the most important things that we normally comment with my wife when we talk about moving to another country is the presence of our church over there. By the way, we are Adventists, so it's something that it's. I think that's the first priority where we move to another place. Have maybe a church near of our house, or yeah. In overall, is that. Another thing, I'm not sure if we would handle because, for example, in Canada, it's impossible to have the same weather than here in Brazil or in South America in general. The culture is totally different, so we have to be open to that change or open-minded to that. But some things that maybe we can choose or maybe we can decide it's maybe living in a neighborhood where safety is high or as well where the prices of rent are not that expensive. But the other thing I think that is impossible to do in my context, that is living in another country. But if you are living in the same country and moving to another state or another city, I think it's something that you can handle more. But in details, I think that I don't have the answer for that.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you so much. And you, Clinton, could you answer question number 2 for us?
Yeah, I usually the principal, the main source of content that I use for this kind of research is Reddit. For example, there are a lot of subreddits for specific cities, so you can starting to searching there. For example, what are the best neighborhoods to live in? The pros and cons of the city, how is the infrastructure, if you have to commute, uh, how public transportation good is. So these little things, details of the city, usually you can get from these from these forums. And I specifically like Reddit because it's anonymously most of the time for everyone there. So you don't have to worry to say bad things about any specific matter that you talk to you discuss in this forum, because basically almost everyone is an anonymous person. And maybe this is my favorite social media, actually. So I use this for a lot of things in my life, to research in general. So basically today I don't Google anymore, just what is this or what is that. I put the sentence, and at the end of the sentence put Reddit, because I like to know what people are discussing about this topic that I'm searching for, looking for. Uh, Especially because today we have AI at the top of the results of searches. This is a problem for me, especially when I'm looking for something more deep, see different angles, point of views, and Reddit give this to you, this perspective, this depth. Um, this is my main research today for looking for discussions about anything. Of course, there are other tools that is important. For example, there are online calculators of cost of living. If you search, you're gonna see it, some of them. For Brazil, I don't have a specific tool for Brazil. Usually, I use these kind of tools to see how is the cost of living in other major cities around the world. So this is effective. And like Christian said, when you have this opportunity to live abroad, you usually are not being able to choose specific places where you like to live in. But the city is the main thing that you can know in instance. And from this perspective, from this information, I know where they sit in. I start to dig into these little details.
Nice. I learned with you today, Clinton. Thank you so much. I just opened a new tab here on my navigator to with read it here, and then I will read there. Norberto, could you answer this one for us?
Okay. I research a new destination by reading online reviews, check out community forums, and looking at statistics on crime rates, cost of living, and public transportation options. I also watch videos and read blogs from people who live there to get a sense of their daily life. If possible, visiting the city beforehand to explore neighborhoods and meet locals is very helpful too.
Thank you, Norberto. I think I use your strategic too. Now I'm here in Rio de Janeiro for searching a house. Of course, I'm in Airbnb. So I'm telling for my wife here, we are living in a good environment here. We were living like tourists. Yes, I'm feeling like Elena from Manuel Carlos novels because we have in a house that have air conditioner in the main room with things that I don't have in my own house. But I do this travel of exploring that place, and if I feel that place it is the right place that I have to stay, I get in consideration this feeling. It's a little bit stranger. Nah? I have a list of requirements But besides of that requirement, I think that I have to feel that that is the place that I want to live. And you, Rosario, could you answer this one for us, please?
Yes, yes. Uh, from my view, I think using this internet, searching using a Google, I think it's to start this destination. I think is good, but I think the most important is to visit this city, these places, to see, to be contact with the people, the place. I think is very important. As Aparecida said, find a new place near nature, supermarket, friends. I think it's a museum, mall. I think it's good. Good. If you have opportunity to work remotely, we don't have this situation, this problem, because you can live, as Clinton said, wherever you decide. I think it's better than to move without this option. That's it.
Yes. And you, Oswaldo?
Well, when I researched a place to live before ChatGPT, I've searched in some articles related to get some indicators about some cities, and by the time I'd like to go to Jundiaí, São Paulo, Curitiba. Let me see one more place. And Northeast region. Well, Jundiaí and Curitiba, it's related to the quality of life. And another city close to me, like Piracicaba, is another good city to live if we follow its indicators, you know. But the Northeast is about the costs of life, you know. And like I said, currently I work by home, but I can say more than 80% of the IT recruiters contact ask me to work on site. I don't know what will happen with our market in the future. I truly want to continue working by home, but I don't know. So in my opinion, it's important to be prepared for this situation. So because that, I prefer to choose place close to big regions, you know, related to software companies or something like that. And about just a final note, Clint, about Reddit, I have a little bit concern about that because some time ago I was searching in this forum. I like a lot Reddit. I use a lot like you. And a guy asked the developer's salary in a developers community there, and the people that answer, I could realize that most of them are the people that earn a lot of money, have a lot of benefits, you know. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people that don't like to say your current salary, you know, because in my opinion, human don't use to share as bad things. In the most of cases, the people like to um, share good things about yourself to because it's a human behavior in my point of view. So I'm feel a little bit concerned about that when I'm searching something. So I try to have another point of view, an article, something like that, official indicators, together Reddit, you know. So just a concern that I have about it. And that's it.
Yes. Wow. We have only 10 minutes. I think we have skipped to question number, let me see here, 8. No, let's do the 9. I think we'll be able to answer this one. Who wanna start and read the question number 9 and answer?
Don't fight again. If you someone want to start, I'm going to start.
Go ahead, Osvaldo.
Okay. Do you prefer living in a busy urban area or a quieter town? Why? For sure, I prefer a quieter town. Of course, close to a big region, like I used to live. Americana is not so big. The city that I lived some years ago, Boituva, is smaller yet, but both of them is a quiet and a safe place to live, in my opinion, and close to a big cities like Campinas, São Paulo, Sorocaba. So, yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Osvaldo. I think I would prefer a quiet street in a busy city. This is
Yeah.
what I'm searching for now. And you, Aparecida, could you answer this one for us? Question number 9.
Well, I prefer quite town, the countryside. I don't like big cities or 2 million cities like when I live now. I'm full of this. I don't like this no more. In fact, I don't like this any moment in my life, but it was necessary. We don't have choose in most part of our lives, and now I can choose another place because I'm working remotely, and I can move to another place when I want. And because of this, I'm searching for a new place, a quiet place in countryside near the nature. My husband prefer the sea, the ocean, Bahia, for example, like I said before, but I prefer the mountains, the rivers, the other side. But I believe we agree in some points and decided together. But both of us want a calm city. I believe it's this.
Thank you. My wife, in her heart, I think she would move to Bahia too. Aparecida it's a very nice place, but we consider another requirements in our decision.
And maybe in the future.
Yes, maybe in the future. Christian, could you answer this one for us, please? Question number 9.
Yeah, for sure, I would choose a quieter place. In fact, I don't know how crowded or how busy Curitiba is in the downtown, but we don't live that close of the downtown here. We live in a neighborhood that it's like 20 minutes by car, and here is so quiet. It's so calm. It's so yeah. That's the place or the kind of environment that I love living. So if I move to another place, maybe I would try to find something similar.
Thank you, Christian. And for you, Roberto.
I prefer living in a quieter town. It's less stressful, more peaceful, and proportionality safer too. However, I like to be close enough to a busy urban area so I can enjoy the best of both worlds. Tranquility at home and easy access to the city's amenities and entertainment.
That's important. I agree with you. Clinton, in your heart, do you prefer big or smaller cities?
Well, maybe I'm going to contradict me, but we'll understand in the end. But bigger cities for me is better because in smaller smaller towns, you don't have good quality of services in Brazil, especially. So you don't have good hospitals, um, transportation infrastructure is many times is a problem. So I always think if I live in the countryside, for example, and if I need to go to a hospital, could be a problem. So that's why I don't uh, I, I I wouldn't live in a countryside, for example. But I think when you live in a big city, you can live in quieter places because in bigger cities you have a lot of neighborhoods and you can choose strategically a good neighborhood to live in. So it's possible to live in a urban city, but with a quite within a quieter neighborhood and having this balance of urban and small towns. And for example, an important factor for me is living near the airport because if you live, I don't know, 2 hours from the airport, uh, it starts to become less relevant for me because the flight from Aracaju to São Paulo is 2 hours and a half. So uh, ideally for me, the more near the airport is better because for me this is important. And living in a big city, it's possible to live in a neighborhood 1 hour from the airport, to be a quieter place, maybe 1 hour from the downtown or where the place you like to go to. So it's something very specific that I my requirements, but I know it's possible.
It is. I get the same requirements that you have, Clinton. I'm in this searching right now, looking for a quiet neighborhood in a big city. Rogério, for you?
Yes, I'd like to choose a quieter town, quiet city, silent. I think it's good. Uh, if as Clinton said, big uh, cities with uh, all everything we need. I mean, supermarket, drugstore, cinema, mall. Could be a silent but quiet town, countryside could be not a safe place, you know. I don't know if you can follow this TV. There are quiet town, but there are violence, people stolen the banks. So I think uh, it's difficult to choose a good place to live nowadays. That's it.
Yeah, I think violence it's everywhere. Until in my little city in northwest of Brazil, I already seen things that shock me a lot. Uh, but I think we have to choose the right neighborhood, or not just the neighborhood, but the right street, the right side of the street. I think here in Brazil we have that. I already live in a place that it's very safe, but when I cross the Carter and go and walk 5 meters, and when I was walking these 5 meters, I was thinking, oh my God, this is danger here. But in 5 meters after that, oh, it's a super, super safe place. That's very common here in Brazil, I think. People, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the sharing. It was nice to know what is important for you in a new city. And I learned a lot, and I will consider your opinion when I'm choosing a neighborhood or a street or a side of the street for a living. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next
Bye-bye.
week.
Good
Bye
day.
bye.